Hey guys, I'm live on YouTube. I am traveling, but I still try to go live every day. Why? Because consistency is the bedrock. It's the key principle to anything you want to succeed in life. It's part of Starpack on a live check-in. Starpack, I miss you, brother. What's going on? Love and respect to Starpack. We miss you. But every day I try to go live on YouTube. I pick a structured topic I like to talk about. In addition to that, I take live comments. I read every one. Now, usually I go live around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it varies. And when I'm traveling, it definitely varies. So it's a little bit late tonight, but that's okay. It's good for the people on the West Coast that watch. And it's just a blessing, a blessing to go live. And Starpack, how are you doing on this lovely night, Sammy? I'm doing good, traveling, so I wanted to take a little bit of break because I wanted to go live tonight, but I feel good overall. I'm thankful. We're going to talk, we're going to share. Starpack said, "Night, yep, I got you, brother." Oh, what's going on? DC, I call him DC. Hey, my friend, good to see you again, DC. Love and respect to you, man. D'Amato, Carlio. I know I'm probably said that wrong, but I want to make sure I acknowledge you. I see you, and I thank you. Thank you for the comment. Andy G, positive brother. What's going on, Angie? How are you, man? Good to see you. Thank you for all your positivity, Andy. It doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate that. Beth. Hey, Beth. Hey, from Monmouth, Colorado. Man, it's amazing. I love having people from all over the country, all over the world, man. That blesses my heart. It really does. And I'm very thankful for that. All right, so tonight's structured topic, what I want to share on is hard to leave. And I'm talking about specifically a relationship. Not hard to leave Florida, even though I am leaving Florida. I'm going back to New Jersey for my job today. But what I'm reflecting on tonight is hard to leave a relationship. Even when a relationship becomes unhealthy, you know it's bad for you, you know you're not supposed to be there anymore, it's very hard to leave. Now, I first saw this in my life with my mother, right when I was 8, when my parents were on the verge of a divorce, but my mom, because of her insecurities, because of some generational traditions, because of various reasons, but I would say insecurity sticks out the most. My mom found it very hard to leave the marriage, even though it was unhealthy, even though it was contentious, even though it was very bad at the end. And she played a part in that too. I want to be very clear. I mean, it takes two to tango. So I love my mom, honor my mom, but I don't want to try to act like, my mom was just a great saint and my father did everything wrong. So always remember that. It takes two to tango. But what I'm sharing with you is, when I was 8, I said, "Ma, it's time to go. You got to really get out of this relationship." As best I could, communicate that at 8, I knew it was wrong. But that was a seed planted. And of course, when you're young like that, you don't realize why someone stays in a relationship that's so toxic, that's so bad. You can't empathize with it because you haven't been hit yourself yet in life. And then even as I started my own journey in life and became an adult and teenage years, 20s, I had different relationships. But some of them were hard to leave, but I didn't really get stung. I would say it was hard to leave more or less friendships than it was intimate relationships. When I was in my early 20s and I started to change my life, it was hard for me to leave friends that I grew up in high school with, that I hung around, and they weren't necessarily bad. It was just I was growing. I was becoming a new person, and I knew like I had to leave those friendships. Why? Because, you don't grow when you're around people that aren't growing in the same direction. It doesn't mean they're wrong and you're right or vice versa. It just means there's times in your journey that you have to leave the relationship. Friendship, lover relationship, business relationship, doesn't matter. But it's very hard. I sympathize with that, but I also shed light on it that it needs to be done. And when I got into my early 30s and I was seeing someone, that was when I really got stung with how hard it was to leave an intimate relationship. Because, you feel like you'll never feel joy again. I felt that pain also when I stopped smoking cigarettes in my mid-20s. I said, man, I don't want to stop smoking cigarettes because, I'll never enjoy alcoholic beverage again. I'll never enjoy my coffee in the morning without my cigarette. It's hard to leave this addiction. Because you can't see your life without it. You can't see your life without this relationship. And you won't be able to see your life without the relationship. Without that thing, even the cigarette, whatever, it doesn't matter. You won't be able to see, but you have to trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. There's a part of the journey that requires faith, mind, body, soul. There's no way around it for me. If you found a different way, then you got to preach on what you've experienced. What I've experienced in life, there's certain parts of the journey that to connect your present to your future, it takes a level of faith to connect the two. And you have to be able to trust that if something is really pressing on your heart, that it's no longer for you, that to get to the next level, you have to go in faith, meaning you're not going to be able to see your life happy again. You're not. You're not going to be able to see how you can live without this person. You're not going to be able to see how you can live without this cigarette. You're not going to be able to see how you can live without this, alcoholic beverage. You're not going to be able to see how you can live without this strip club. It was hard for me to live the strip club. But that's what it takes to grow. And so, I, again, empathize, sympathize, have compassion on how hard it is. And I know sometimes I talk rough, and I'm sure mentally that must hurt some people that are going through that. So, but I have to be balanced. We're all these things. We can't just be soft. We can't just be hard. We have to be well balanced. So I understand it's not easy. And I certainly also understand why certain people stay in relationships. Why certain people stay with old friends that aren't good for them. Why certain people stay at jobs that are no longer part of their life calling. Because they're just comfortable and they're just used to it. And it's just a monotonous part of a routine life that you feel like, it's too mentally painful to change. Hard to leave, yes, but necessary, hell yes. Sometimes people won't leave until it's for something else. Like, I know my mom didn't want to leave the marriage, but she had the extra strength to do it for her kids. But it has to be for yourself mainly, I would say. But it's a tough thing. I mean, you're going to have a tough time. Some people say, well, they lose weight because they're doing it so they can be around for their grandkids and this. I mean, I don't know. All I know is that there's situations in your life that it's going to be hard to deal with the fact that it's time to move on. Whatever that situation is. And what I can tell you in short form, not to drag this out, is that I've been through that in different areas. In relationships, in addictions, cigarette, strip club, whatever, friendships, various things. And you're not going to be able to see how your life is going to be joyful without those things. But my testimony, my experience is you have to walk that level of the journey in faith, trusting the Lord in all your heart and leaning not on your own understanding. And then eventually you do feel joy again. Eventually you adapt. Eventually you evolve and you become this new person that you couldn't see 3 years ago. You couldn't see you can't comprehend what you'll evolve into. But you don't evolve into that when you stay in an unhealthy place, whatever it is, when you're no longer meant to be there. Very important. All right, that's my structured topic. Now we go into some live comments. Let's do it, baby. Andy G, thank you. Thank you, Andy G. Starback, stay hydrated. Starback, I need you, brother. I need you, man. Stay hydrated. Praise the Lord. Gilbert! Gilbert's in the house. Gilbert, I was thinking about you today, man. I said, man, Gilbert ain't been alive for you. I hope his Wi-Fi is doing okay. I know when Gilbert ain't in here, his Wi-Fi is acting up. But we love you, Gilbert. Always missed. Patience is the key. That's a good tag name. That's not easy. Patience, not easy. Hey, man, what's going on? Big fan from New Jersey. Love and respect. Thank you, Patience. Enjoying all these videos. Thank you. full of knowledge, thank you, and life experience, thank you. Stay safe on the road, brother. We will care for you. Thank you. Peace. Patience is the key. God bless you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. BVT, Better Video Tubes. Up Late Tom is back in the house. Yes, Tom's back. Hey, Sam. Hey, all. What's going on, BVT? Always miss, brother. Doug from New Mexico. A lot of positivity flowing from Doug. Good evening, Sam. I thought I would pop in and say hello. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the live comments. It means a lot to me. I know I have to respond to some comments on some videos that I haven't got to as I've been traveling. But I want to be very clear. I read every comment and I reflect on every comment on a video and every comment on this live stream. So I appreciate every positive word. It's not like you type it and I like read it and I forget about it. It matters to me. I need it. I appreciate it. I'm human. I need encouragement, and I thank you very much for it. Silent Assassin, what's going on? Hey, from Hackensack, New Jersey's in the house, the Garden State. Even though I like the Sunshine State, I'm not gonna lie, but that's my hometown. He says, hey, I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey, and curious, how much gas did you spend on your drive from New Jersey to Florida? Good question. I would say, let me see, how many times did I fill up? My tank, I think it's like a 13-gallon tank in a Jeep Renegade. I filled up probably about 4 times. So let's say $80 to get down. Okay, $80 to get from central New Jersey, basically, when I started, to Jacksonville. So let's say 80. Let me just high. Now, I don't think I spent 100. But let's just say 80 to get down. And 80 to get back up. Now, that would be 160. But here's the key. I went back and forth up and down the east coast of Florida. So I spent more gas there. But if you just went like from New Jersey to Jacksonville, let's say anywhere. Now I get 32 miles per gallon in the Jeep Renegade. So that plays a factor too, your miles per gallon in your car. Like if you drove a Class A RV, you may spend, triple that. So, your miles per gallon in your car matter. I get 32 miles per gallon on the highway in the Jeep Renegade. So I said 160 round trip, but I probably spent another 100 probably just going up and down the coast of Florida. So let's just say about 350. 350 total, but that's me traveling at leisure. I don't count my pennies. Why? Because I work a full-time job. I live way below my means. So obviously, if someone is like living hand to fist and they're living like they're counting every dime, they're not going to travel as freely as I do. Because I've been there. When you're pinching every dime, like you travel around 5 miles just to save it 1 cent on gas, even though it's crazy. That's what you do. So, I travel leisurely. I really don't think about stuff like that because, again, I'm living below my means. But I would say about $350. Let's just say that's a good question. The SI Project, Philly's in the house. Hey, man, yeah, I did a throwback this time last year. I think I was actually in Philly. I saw on my Facebook on this day, when Facebook shows you what you did like a year ago or 2 years ago. I was in Philly actually this week, and I had all pictures from downtown Philly. Love and respect to Philly, man. Good to see you, SI. Oh, Glam Gypsy, who welcomed me to Georgia. Glam Gypsy with the emerald green dress. Hello there. Hand wave emoji. You passed through GA. Make it safely. Thank you. And I read that comment, and I appreciate you saying welcome to Georgia. Thank you, Glam Gypsy. I appreciate that positive comment. Meant a lot to me, and I thank you. And, yeah, Georgia was great. It was not much traffic at all. The girls at the McDonald's hooked me up. They were very nice, very kind. Yeah, I got love for Georgia. Georgia was great. Thank you, Glam. Good to see you, Glam. I hope your journey's doing good. I think about you often, too. I know you were going in between the Pilot and then, I think the minivan. So I hope you're doing good, wherever you're at. Doug from New Mexico. Look at the 18-wheeler behind me. Doug from New Mexico. Nice video earlier about the traffic near Jacksonville. Yes, now I want to be clear. There's more traffic in New Jersey, New York, and D.C. So, but what I wanted to communicate and document was the mix match of different driving styles. It's very unique, and it's hard to explain, but I at least want you guys to get some perspective. Good observation about why Florida traffic is wild. It's true. You would go nuts with the New Mexico traffic. Really? Why? It's non-existent. That's a good one. That's true. Yeah, New Mexico, yeah, it's like desert land. I mean, a lot of places. And, yeah, it's just a quiet. I'm watching a guy right now on YouTube that's in New Mexico going to different campgrounds. So I'm watching him because I've never been to New Mexico. Love and respect, Doug. Gilbert, sitting here eating a salad. There you go, brother. I was looking for you earlier, decided to try again, and here we are, night calls. Yes, I'm glad that you joined, and that's why sometimes it's good that I'm able to mix it up and go on a little bit later, because for some people, this works better than me going earlier. So thank you, Gilbert. Good to see you, brother. Glad you're having a salad. That's what I'm talking about. Better video tubes. The great thing about traveling from New Jersey to Florida is it's downhill both ways. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, traveling does add a spice to life. I mean, you know, you do get bored staying in the same spot, but if you're going to get bored in paradise, get bored by the beach. Like I've said in the past, and I'm going to be honest with you, everything in life gets boring. But if you're going to be bored at the beach, in my opinion. But even like, that's why I spent like extra gas in Florida. Why? I mean, one is to be a nomad and to do it legally, you got to go to different spots. You can't, you know, you only stay so long at certain spots. But, you know, I mean, Florida for me, everyone's different, is my passion. It has everything I want. Hot weather, beaches, a lot of land to travel. Now, I feel the difference right away. I mean, being in South Carolina now, I mean, the humidity broke. It's cooler here. I mean, it's just different. I mean, and I heard it was snowing today up North Jersey where I'm going. So I'm sure it's the rain's supposed to wash it out tomorrow, etc. But, you know, I mean, it's April as I make this. It's April 2nd, 2018. So, you know, I mean, it'll start to be spring, but it's just different cultures. Each state is like a child. They have different personalities, different cultures, different looks. Is one good or bad? No, I mean, it's just different, and everyone has a different style. So it's all relative. Patience is the key. Thanks for reading my comment. Thanks for leaving a comment. What do you do for work? I'm curious, brother. No problem. Electrical engineer for IT company. I started my career as in construction as an electrician, and then I had my own electrical contracting business. I did that for a few years, and then I got into the IT industry, information technology, and then I was able to use all my different certifications in electrical background into engineering. So electrical engineer. Better video tubes. Salad sounds good. I'm still hungry. Yeah, I had a salad. I actually had from McDonald's because I was on the road. Now, this is what I had. Listen to me now. I had a Southwest salad. No chicken, no cheese. It's 160 calories from McDonald's. So you can get vegetarian, 160 calories, no meat, no cheese, Southwest salad with balsamic light dressing. That was extra 50 calories, I think. So you can eat healthy on the road. Now, they overcharge a little. It's like $5, but it is what it is. And then what I do? Now, see, because that's not going to fill you up. I'm not going to lie to you. So you get that Southwest salad, vegetarian style, for $4 something now, and then you gotta get this. You gotta get them Goya beans popping in that salad. Now, these aren't the low sodium ones. They're still got low sodium, but these have like a little bit extra seasoning in them. So when I don't have tofu on me, I throw these in. This spice that fills me up. The beans will get you right. Never forget that. Beans will fill you up big time, especially as a vegetarian. Now, again, even if you backslide 10%, I catch you in a Popeye's chicken drive-thru. I'm not going to be mad at you, but again, it's better to have a goal, because why? If you aim for the moon, even if you miss, you're amongst the stars. If you don't have a goal, you're going to be rolling around, barely be able to tie your shoe. I've been there. Not good. Doug from New Mexico. Here is an interesting fact for you. Okay. Florida has just about 21 million people. New Mexico has 2.1 million, or 10% of Florida's population, just to put things in perspective. That's actually a great comment. Is that true? Wow, I didn't know that. Now, I know the United States of America, I think, has a population roughly around 340 million. So that's interesting. I didn't know 21 million people reside in Florida. Now, Florida's a huge state. So that's interesting. How many people, somebody Google it, how many people live in New Jersey? I never Googled that. Gilbert, Better Video Tubes. What's good? That's what I'm talking about. Better Video Tubes. Nice today in South Carolina. Made it to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes. Now, it is a different heat in South Carolina, in New Jersey, and everywhere compared to Florida. I mean, because why? Humidity. There is a difference. And the sun. You're closer to the equator. Now, I remember people used to tell me that before I spent a lot of time in Florida, but it is true. You feel the sun. You feel the humidity. It's a different experience. No one can fully describe it to you, but it is different. Andy G. Was the palm tree that cut you off? Yeah. No, it wasn't a palm tree. It was a damn pine tree or something. I don't know. We were in Jacksonville. Again, when you're in North Florida, there's palm trees, but they're not lush and they're not like full palm trees. You got to get to you got to get to really southern Florida to really see lush, like tropical palm trees. But yeah, it was just some guy in a beat up pickup. That pickup was barely able to pull that travel trailer, whatever he had lugging that thing. And but love and respect to them. I'm sure they were doing a job or something, just trying to make ends meet. But I don't know. I figured that's a good way to end it. Laugh out loud. Doug from New Mexico. With Randy visiting New Mexico, he is visiting the southern half. The state is the 5th largest in the area and super diverse. Mountains, deserts, and everything between. But we have Skinny Pop. That's what I'm talking about. Now, truth be told, I cut out the skinny popcorn for about a week now. Do I feel like I lost weight? I feel like I lost at least 5 pounds. I got to hit that scale. Skinny Pop, I was just eating a bag a day at 675 calories a day. But that's what happens. When I'm in New Jersey and it's cold, I got to eat Skinny Pop. When I'm in Florida in the tropics, pulling MILFs left and right, I'm not eating Skinny Pop. I'm getting back in like my bikini shape. And I'm not talking about like I'm going to be in a bikini, but you know what I'm saying. And, now, am I going to eat Skinny Pop going back to New Jersey? I'm going to try not to. I want to try to get a little bit more lean. But Skinny Pop's magical. I'm not going to lie. Very addictive. I'm sorry if I got you addicted to that. But it's very good. Skinny Pop's good. It's pretty healthy. Now, I was watching, the guy I'm watching was camping in New Mexico, and this is what I heard from the desert, man. The desert, the problem with that is there's a lot of wind, and that wind is just blowing that dirt around. I need to see the water. Now, does that mean that no one should go to the desert? No, because some people, the desert inspires them. Like Doug's got a passion for New Mexico. But I got to see water, and I don't want to just watch the wind. Like, I like when the wind blows the palm tree, and I'm like this morning, I woke up at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I went to the beach, watched the sunrise in my car at an oceanfront view, right by like Flagler Beach, and I watched the sunrise. It was hot, it's magical, and the palm tree was swaying. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to be like in the desert like dirt follicles flying. Not for me, but Silent Assassin. These videos motivate me to travel to Florida on my 2010 Jeep Liberty. I set up the back similar to yours, and I have already slept in my Jeep just to get adjusted to it. Yeah, brother, I mean, window covers, and it's going to be a little bit rough when you first start. It was for me my first trip, but it's doable. A lot of people do it, and it's great. It's fun, and I love it. Again, everything is relative to your experience, and everything takes time to adapt and to adjust to, and nothing's perfect. But life is about experiences. So again, life is about experiences. So it may change your life, and you may do it once and say it's not for you. But for me, I love it. I mean, it's magical. I don't even have a desire like to do like an airplane or something like that. I've flown the airplane before to Florida. Not the same thing. I mean, road trips, when you take your time and you don't rush, they're magical. They're magical. Now, the key is not to rush, and the key is not to rush and give yourself enough time. Now, when I first made my trip when I drove from New Jersey to Florida a couple of years ago, my biggest mistake was I did the entire trip without stopping as far as like to sleep. I stopped at rest stops, but I didn't sleep. You want to break it up about halfway, about, South Carolina, North Carolina, even Virginia. You want to stop there, sleep, 6 hours at least, and then go the rest of the way. Make it a 2-day trip so it's pleasant. When you rush, it's not pleasant. And that's the key to travel. The key to travel is not to rush. So plan accordingly and take enough time. Because if you rush, it doesn't matter how well your setup is, you're not going to enjoy it. I've learned that. It takes a little time to learn that, though. Where we at? Andy G. 5 inches this morning, almost all melted. Well, praise the Lord. Because that's what I heard. The rain's going to come in tomorrow in New Jersey. And then I think Wednesday may even get to 68, but then back to the 50s. So at least I'm thankful that we've made it out of winter pretty much. So I want to be thankful for that. And hopefully, next winter I'm not there. I'm in a remote position. But we'll see. We'll see. One day at a time. AJ, that's my guy. AJ, 2 hand up emojis. AJ, did you have your espresso today? Did you hit up Planet Fitness? I see you had like the UFC fighter in, I don't know who that was, in your Instagram thing. Better video tubes. New Mexico has 2.1 million. I did not know that. Me neither. Wow. I always thought population was sparse in New Mexico. Yeah, a lot of people I know, on YouTube, they've been talking about New Mexico, great for camping and everything else. That is an interesting fact. Gilbert, 2 ways I like to travel when on the road, specifically coming from Florida, follow the trucks or New York plates. These drivers usually move faster than the rest. Yeah, so what do I do? I mean, I put my thing on cruise control. I don't go more than the speed limit. I just go right to speed limit. I usually try to stay in the right lane unless I need to pass a big rig truck or whatever. I don't rush. I've learned that in life, man. Don't rush. Just do the speed limit. Put cruise control. If you're on a straight road where there's not a lot of traffic, cruise control makes driving 100% better experience. I fought it initially, just like I fought Easy Pass. Embrace technology. If it's a straight road with not a lot of traffic, put it on cruise control. If you hit the brake, it'll turn cruise control off. It's not like something is going to drive you wild. I'm telling you, cruise control will make your experience a whole lot better. Patience is the key. Ever consider getting a pet to keep you company while on the road? No, I had a pet when I owned my condo for 15 years. I had a pet for 10 years. I had a boxer dog. Loved it. I still think about my dog often. Tears me up sometimes, but I've healed. It's been about 3-4 years since she passed. I'll probably never get a dog again. Why? Because even though they're a lot of love, they're a lot of work. And to live full-time on the road with a dog is totally irresponsible, in my opinion, unless you're retired or unless you're living off your own funds as far as like income, however you get it other than work. Even when I had a house and I had a dog, it was very hard for me to go to work for 8-10 hours and then come back to the dog and leave the dog alone for that long. So unless you're retired or unless you have some other type of income coming in where you don't have to work, I think it's irresponsible to have a dog in a car, again, unless you're going to be with them, or even in your house. I mean, that's why too, I wouldn't have one again, even unless I was like retired, even if I had a house, because that's a long time to leave a dog home alone. And after 10 hours of work, you need some you time. So I had to come home from work, walk the dog, then take my shower, then do my thing, then go to the grocery store. I mean, that's just too much. What kills quality of life? Putting too much on your plate. And dogs are loving, pets are a blessing from God, but a lot of people just get them because they're emotional. And a lot of people get them after breakups. A lot of people get them when they're alone to try to fill a void. And all that's great. They're great. I see a lot of people with emotional support dogs. But you know what? You have to also be responsible. I mean, I see older people get dogs too. I think it's irresponsible. I mean, I hate to say it. I think, I see people 65, 70 getting new dogs. I think it's very irresponsible. I mean, who's going to take care of that dog if that person has to go to hospital? When I went to the hospital, you know what I thought of? I thought of who's going to take care of my dog while I'm recovering. I mean, it's a huge burden. It's like telling somebody else to go watch your kid for 2 weeks while you recover. It's my opinion. Now, everyone should do what they want, but this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Better video tubes. We have people from all over the world in my little town this week. Local airport full of Learjets. Really? Masters. The golf is there. Golf in Augusta, GA, with Tiger Woods and all. Tiger was still playing golf. I thought he got out of the game, man. That's crazy. DT 2006. Hey Sam, what's up, brother? I'm finally able to chat with you live, and I appreciate that. Good to see you again, man. I have been MIA, and that's not Miami. He's been missing in action. That's what that means on your stream. That's okay, brother. I want you guys to live, man. But I'm glad you came in. Nice to see you live streaming tonight. Nice to see you too, DT 2006, brother. Love and respect to you, man. Doug from New Mexico. The Albuquerque metro area has 1 million of the 2.1 million in the state. Oh, okay, so that's the big spot in New Mexico. I live in the metro area, but the far southern part, about 35 miles south of Albuquerque. My town has 8,000 people. That's interesting. Doug, man, you're good with some good information tonight. Very interesting. AJ, good to see you, my brother. Always good to see you. Skip Starbucks today, but not Planet Fitness. Life is good. Prayer emoji. Amen. AJ, stay positive, brother. Good to hear you, man. Doug, I have to run. I get up at 4:30 a.m. Have a good trip on the coast. Be safe, and maybe a video your trip through the Carolinas, highlighting their traffic. Take care. Yeah, not much traffic right now. That's the good thing. But thank you, Doug. Thank you for the great comments and good information. I learned something tonight. Thank you. And thank you, everyone. I'm not going to drag this out too long tonight because I want to drive a little bit more before I really settle in. I need to keep on a schedule. But I really appreciate, again, every comment, on the videos and in the live stream. They matter to me. I thank you. And I want the best for you guys. Again, my goal is not to make you live like me or think like me. My goal is to share my life, inspire you to be you, do whatever you want with your life, and take some of maybe what I'm doing, but put your own twist on it. Be you, and that's key. Oh, Susan, safe travels. Susan, thank you for all your positive comments. Very blessing. Thank you for all your prayers and support. Very much appreciate that, Susan. Very much. Thank you. Andy G, have a safe trip. Thank you, Andy G. Kingstown, I found your channel. I'll watch a few vids. Good luck. Thank you, Kingstown. I appreciate that, man. Love and respect. Thank you. Better real twos. Be safe. Thanks, Sam. Peace and love. DT, be safe. See you later. Thank you. Patience is the key. Any of your family members against the Nomad life? Oh, that's a whole video. I did many on them. How do you overcome being judged on the road? Well, in life, period, you have to have a mindset of, I don't give a fuck what other people think, as long as what I'm doing is not hurting other people or putting a burden on other people. So I had a big fallout with my father. I stopped speaking to him because of that. I've shared that in many other videos. And it took a while for my mom and other people to gravitate towards it, but that's the bottom line answer. I don't ask anyone to pay my bills. I'm not parking my car in their yard. I'm not asking anyone for anything. So bottom line is, they can either accept it and have me in their life, or if they don't, I'm going to cut them completely out. Why? Because it's my choice. I'm an adult. I'm not hurting anyone. But I'm going to be very clear. I know all ties back into the subject tonight. There's some relationships, family members, lovers, friends, that it's hard to leave, but you have to. Why? Because you have to be you. And you cannot be you. You cannot grow. You cannot evolve. You cannot fulfill your destiny when you have unhealthy relationships. It'll never happen. I don't care if you make $1 million a year. If you have unhealthy relationships, you're not going to live a successful life, how I define success. You define it however you want, and I'm speaking in general terms. I'm not speaking to one specific person. But this is based on, my life. Good question, though. Gilbert, Sammy, I know this may be a personal question to ask, but are you afraid of losing? So stay distant from everything. I know at times you don't have an answer if you don't want to. I just concern. No, that's okay. Are you afraid of losing so you stay distant from everything? No, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm pretty honest. I would be if I would. I don't want to deal with it. It's just work. Relationships are work. Dogs are work. I don't want to work. I don't want a house. I don't want to clean toilet bowls. I don't want the work. That's the honest answer. It's not that I'm afraid of losing. I mean, it hurts. I've lost things in life, people, family, money. So all those things, all that hurts. I'm not going to lie to you. But my reason for not doing that is I don't want the work. For me, having a full-time job and, taking care of myself is all the work I want in this life at this point in my journey and in the foreseeable future. I don't want anything else. So I see people have too many relationships, have too many pets, have too many kids, have too many houses, have too much square footage, and that's why they suffer. And that's why they have to live vicariously through other people, because they put too much on their plate. I, at one time, put too much on my plate. Less is more. Now, again, doesn't mean you have to have as less as me. You have to define your own life. I can only share my life, and I can share the general principle, I believe less is more. But for some people, that may be defined different on how I define it. But no, my answer for how I move is not because I'm scared of losing things. It's because I don't want to put the work in. And I'm honest. I know relationships are work. I know dogs are work. I'm not dishonest. I mean, I know what it is. So that's the answer. Good question. Chevy Guy 420. That's right. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Chevy Guy. Me and you on the same page on that, bro. Big Dirty Logistics. Hey, Sam, how's it going tonight? It's going good. Now, no MILFs tonight, Big Dirty Logistics. I'm traveling. And in the rest stop in the rest stop in Georgia, are there MILFs? Ain't no damn MILFs here, bro. All there is truck drivers. Ain't no MILFs. But gotta be thankful. I had a lot of MILFs when I was in Florida. Very good. Patience is the key. I will keep you in my prayers. Thank you. I appreciate that. While you are on your way back to Jersey. Thank you. I appreciate the prayers. I believe in prayer. I'm a spiritual guy. DT 2006. Family many times drags us down more than strangers. I totally agree with that. Gilbert, this is a very honest answer, and thank you for answering. Brings much clarity for me. No, thank you, brother Gilbert. I love you, brother. I appreciate you. A very positive brother. Guys, I love you. You're a good guy. Thank you, brother. I love you. Have a peaceful night. Thank you for all your positivity, prayers, and love. I appreciate that. And I want the best for you guys, okay? Stay inspired and take care of yourself, and just do the best you can.